There are short ones, long ones, weird ones, easy ones, impossible ones, or anything you can imagine. And in this video, you're gonna discover all the secrets hidden in the first ever Super Mario Bros. Level creator. Start off the level on the right foot by hitting the like button, subscribe to our channel to reach the poll, and don't get stuck at the castle door by turning on notifications. Here you have 25 secrets of Super Mario Maker. There are many ways to start a Super Mario level, but not to finish one, or so we thought. If you place a door over the entrance of the final castle, Mario will open it to go inside. If it happens to be locked, Mario will try to open it and become sad upon realizing he can't enter. There are also other twisted ways to complicate the end of Super Mario levels, like making the goal disappear, or killing Mario so he doesn't have time to celebrate. In Super Mario Maker for Wii U, you can build a course yourself or let your cat do it for you. If you press the right stick or the left stick during build mode, the white glove will change to a cat paw. There are other options like the Super Mario hand or the arm of some random person. The important thing is that you choose the one that you identify with the most. Create mode hides some little secrets you surely didn't know about. If you shake a Goomba, it will explode. On the other hand, if you shake a Hammer Brother, occasionally a hammer will fly out. Shaking a normal block will let you hear maracas. But if you shake a question block, it'll sound like there's something inside. Shaking a spike in New Super Mario Bros. Style will make a train sound. Don't ask why. Lastly, if you shake a muncher, it'll release some kind of purple smoke, and if you keep shaking it, a secret mode will be activated. Shaking a muncher several times will make small gnats appear on the screen. If you manage to squash all three, the secret gnat attack minigame will be activated. In it, you'll have to kill various insects over 3 phases, and in the end, the boss, known as King Watingo, will appear. Once you defeat him, you'll receive the Builder Mario costume. And it doesn't end here, because if you continue shaking the muncher, you can activate hard mode, which will reward you with the Fighter Fly costume. When Super Mario Maker was still in development, the project name Nintendo used to refer to the game was Block, referring to the classic blocks in Super Mario games. For Super Mario Maker 2 on the Nintendo Switch, the word slope was used, referring to one of the new features of the editor that allowed for the placement of ramps. When you lose a life, the following will sound.
Oh no!
But on random occasions, Mario will give a funny twist to his death with up to 8 different sounds. The creators of Super Mario Maker wanted to keep 2 very special Easter eggs from Super Mario Bros. 3. The first refers to the Super Mario Bros. 3 secret that allowed the player to walk behind the course if they crouched on this white block. In Super Mario Maker, Mario can't access the background, but if you stay crouched on one of these blocks, he'll give a little jump as a nod to that secret. The second is related to a chain chomp, which, if left tied up and you wait for it to pull on the chain 51 times, it will eventually break free, just like in Mario Bros. 3. Super Mario Maker for Wii U was released on a somewhat unfortunate date, September 11th, 2015, coinciding with the 14th anniversary of the World Trade Center catastrophe in New York. When asked about this date, one of Nintendo's representatives answered the following: "Nintendo is really respectful of this date, but the thing is that when we launched Super Mario Bros. Back in 1985, it was September 13th, and as we have worked with retailers on Friday as a launch day, the date worked out as Friday, September 11th for this year. So Nintendo wanted to stick as close as possible to Super Mario's 30th birthday, but had no choice but to release it that day." Super Mario Maker created the most infamous item in the entire history of Super Mario, the Weird Mushroom. A kind of elongated-looking mushroom that stretches Super Mario into a grotesque form when taking. It makes Mario jump a bit higher and also deforms the character, making the game a bit weirder. To unlock this item, you have to complete the 4 online levels of the Nintendo World Championships and then shake a normal mushroom until it turns into a weird mushroom. If you place a door in the editor and hit it several times, Weird Mario will appear in different costumes and poses. Depending on the game style you're using at the time, you'll see a random selection of 5 different Weird Marios. The title screen of Super Mario Maker also hides some secrets. Touching the word Super will make a bunch of superstars appear across the course. The letter M flips to form a W for Wario. If you're in Super Mario Bros. Style, it'll also drop a mushroom that turns you into Wario. The letter A launches a bunch of shooting stars. The letter R stretches to throw coins. Touching the letter I will make the little bird parakeet appear. The letter O makes a Helicoopa appear out of nowhere. The M in Maker releases empty shells. The A announces a rocket launch before flying away. The K changes the game appearance to a more retro style. The E drops trampolines to boost Mario. And touching R makes Yoshi eggs appear. Touching any other part of the screen will make random enemies appear. If Super Mario stomps while wearing a giant Goomba shoe, he'll raise a little cloud of dust with eyes. These clouds belong to a never-released Nintendo game called Super Donkey, where you had to control a character that looked like an aviator similar to Rayman and complete different stages. As you can see, performing a stomp will make the same dust clouds with eyes appear on the ground. Super Mario Maker was released with a special edition that included an art book for its 30th anniversary. It mainly contains illustrations and tips about the game, but besides dedicating an entire page to Weird Mario, you can see the original design of the first level of Super Mario Bros., the course that started it all. There's also a version of Super Mario Maker for Nintendo 3DS that includes some challenges, but unfortunately it has much less content and features than the Wii U game. If you hold down the down, A, and B buttons while starting an online course, the screen's aesthetics will change to a retro television, paying homage to the early tube TVs. This effect can also be triggered by scanning the 30th anniversary Super Mario amiibo, although it will also add a Super Mario hat to the enemies and, for example, replace the Goomba shoe with a block. On March 31st, 2021, the physical edition of Super Mario 3D All-Stars, the Super Mario Game & Watch, and the ability to upload levels to Super Mario Maker Online were discontinued. This means that all the levels uploaded online from September 11th, 2015 to March 31st, 2021 are completely playable, but no more can be added. In March 2024, Team 0% achieved the feat of completing all the levels of Super Mario Maker for Wii U before the servers closed, naming the last level to be completed The Last Dance. For uploading the level, trimming the herbs online, a computer was used to externally control Mario automatically. Just a few days before the servers were shut down, the player Sanny X91SMM2 managed to complete it. Every time you start Super Mario Maker, a different animation will appear depending on the day of the week. Sunday will be a bit more special because the game itself will say, Happy Sunday! Super Mario Maker not only invented the weird mushroom, but also created the craziest power-up of all. Apart from the Wonder Flower, the mystery mushroom has a question mark on it and allows Super Mario to transform into 153 different characters from various franchises and universes. For example, you can become Peach, Toad, Professor Egad from Luigi's Mansion, Pikachu, Professor Kawashima from Brain Training, or even Hello Kitty. The craziest collaborations you can imagine happened in this game, and although it seems that Nintendo initially thought about including the mystery mushroom in Super Mario Maker 2 for Switch, they ultimately removed it and only added the Link costume, which is still pretty cool. Speaking of Super Mario costumes, all of them have special animations when pressing the up button, but only a few have special music when grabbing a superstar. If you're riding in a kart as Mario, the Rainbow Road theme from Mario Kart will play. If you're Gold Mario or Silver Mario, you'll hear the Metal Mario theme from Super Mario 64. And if you're wearing the modern Mario costume from Super Mario Bros., the wing cap music from Super Mario 64 will play. 153 costumes is a significant number, but Nintendo had even more planned. Among the game's files, references to costumes that were scrapped and never made it to the final version have been found. Among them, it appears there were plans to add a golden retriever from Nintendogs, a Mario version from Super Mario Bros. 2, a Muncher, a Tetris block, and the Windows logo. But costumes weren't the only thing left behind in the game's files. Interestingly, due to overlapping development timelines, some files belonging to Splatoon can be found within Super Mario Maker. Early versions of t-shirts, accessories, weapons, and some secondary items indicate that Super Mario Maker and Splatoon were sharing team members and content for a while. Super Mario Maker wasn't intended to be a Super Mario level editor. Nintendo initially planned to create a modern version of Mario Paint, the Super Nintendo game, but eventually decided to switch to a Super Mario level creator. That said, some of the work already done for Mario Paint ended up being integrated into Super Mario Maker, which is why it has a lot of references to the game. Characters like Undo Dog, the Sound Frog, and the Course Bot are originally from Mario Paint. The same goes for one of the hands used to create levels, the gnats that appear when shaking munchers, and the Gnat Attack minigame. To enlarge enemies, you can use a mushroom, but if you give them another one, they'll spit it out due to an excess of mushrooms. If you manage to complete the 100 Mario challenge, Peach will thank you for rescuing her, but if you're wearing a costume, her dialogue will change. For example, if you finish with the Peach costume, the princess will be confused. With the Bowser costume, she won't understand why her kidnapper is rescuing her, and if you wear any other random costume, you'll get a rather generic thank you. This also applies to the 10 Mario challenge, where Toad's dialogues will be different. And why do you think the mystery mushroom exists? Well, the reason is simple: money. Nintendo wanted to leverage and encourage the purchase of amiibo figures, so they tasked the development team with finding a special function for using them. After several iterations, the idea of customizing your character with amiibo was born, and from there, the mystery mushroom was created. However, to avoid it being too exclusive content, the option to unlock any amiibo costume in the 100 Mario challenge was added. The adventure continues in the rest of the 25 secrets videos we've got here. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss the next videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.